So hello, we would like to start in another section of the fraction. So in this case, we want to see the multiplication and addition of together. So if you look at this expression, we will see that how many terms do we have in this expression? That's if you look at this expression, we see that from here is one term, then we have the plus holiday, is the holiday, then from here is another term. So there are terms here. So we have to work within each term. So that means we have to resolve this one and get a value, then resolve this one and get a value. After which we will now add them together. Okay, so the first thing we will do when we see an expression, convert all the mixed fraction back. So this one is going to be minus, that is times 1, 3. So that's going to be minus all over times 4 all over 3 plus times 4 times 1, 4 plus 1, 5 all over 4. So at this point, we will now put whatever is equal. Here 3, here 1, 3, here 1, here 1, here. So and here 1, 2, here 2. So at this point, what is left here? So we are left minus here, minus, that is 1 times 1, right? So it's going to be minus 2 plus, so what is left there? 1 times 5 all over, so that's going to be 5 all over 2. So this now we will now add together. So this is the same thing as all over 1. So when we want to add together, it's going to be, what's going to be the LCM? The LCM is going to be 2, and we will say all over 1, that's going to be 2 times this 2, so that's going to be 4 plus 2 all over 2, that's 1, and 1 times 5 is going to be 5. So the final answer is going to be minus 4 plus 5, which is going to be 1 all over 2. So this is the final answer. Now looking at this expression, we will see that there are two terms in this expression too. We see that from here to here is one term, and from here to here is another term. So we are going to be resolving within the term. When we are done, then we'll do the addition together. So we are going to deal with this one first and then deal with this. Meanwhile, we should first convert all the mixed fraction back to improper fraction. So at this point, this is going to be minus 3 all over 4 divided by 2 times 1, 2 plus 1, that's going to be 3 all over 2 plus 4 divided by 2 times 1, 2 plus 3, that will be 5 all over 4. So now this division can be converted to multiplication by inverting the fraction on its right hand side. So this is now going to be minus 3 all over 4 times 2 all over 3 plus 4 times 4 all over 5. So now this expression, we can now cut what is able to cut. We can use 3 here to cut 3 here, and 2 to cut 4 here, remainder 2. This 4 and this 4, we can multiply them together. That will be 4 times 4, 16 all over 5. And this is going to be 1 times 1, then 1 times 2. So everything here will be minus 1 all over 2, minus 1 all over 2, plus 16 all over 5. So with this expression, you see, it has now reduced to addition of fraction, which we can now find the LCM. So the LCM of 2 and 5, of course, is going to be the multiplication of the two numbers, since there is no common factor between them. So the LCM is going to be 2 times 5, and that is 10. So 2, that is 10. That 10 now divided by 2, of course, is going to give us 5. And 5 times 1 is going to be minus 5 here, plus then 10 divided by this 5, that's 2. And that 2 times 16, that's going to be, so minus 32 plus minus 5 plus 32 is going to be what? 28 and 27 all over 10. So this is an improper fraction, which we can convert to a mixed fraction. So 10 into 27 is going to be 2, remainder 7 all over 10. So this is the final answer. How many terms do we have here? So if you look at this expression, how many terms do we have here? We will see that the number of terms, the signs we have here, we have the multiplication between these two numbers. We have division between this. Now this is where we have subtraction. So the number, if it is division or multiplication, they are still within a single term. It is only when we come to a plus or a minus that we know that that term has ended there, then a new term has begun from the next one. So this is a single term from here, and this is another single term. So there are just two terms here. So what do? We solve within the same term. We reduce everything to a single fraction here. So what do we do here? Convert this one to what? To an improper fraction. So which is going to be minus 4 times 3 times 1, 3 plus 1. That's going to be 4 all over 3 divided by, one can be converted to multiplication straight away. So here this can become multiplication while it's changing into multiplication, the fraction will be inverted with 3 all over 2 instead of 2 over 3. Then minus, now this is going to be 2 times 1, 2 plus 1, 3 all over 2. So at this point, the ones here, if there is anything that can cut them. Like this 3 here, 1, 3 here, 1. They are within a single term. That's why we got them. 2 here, 1, 2 here, 2. Right? So what are we left with at this point? We are left with minus 4 times 2, which is what? Minus 8. Then we have 3 all over 2 here. So at this point, we will now solve this problem. So a shortcut of solving this problem is to use the denominator here to multiply this whole number that is on this side. Then we'll now add this one to it. Or we go by our normal way. That is, we say find the LCM. We can turn this one to 8 all over 1. So this is going to be 2. So 2 divided by 1, that's going to be 2 times 8. That's going to be 16. Then 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times 3, that's going to be 3. So the final answer is going to be minus 19 all over 2, which of course is equal to minus 2 in 19. That's 9. Remainder 1 all over. So this is the final answer. Like I said earlier, if we want to get this directly without having to go through this procedure, if you have a whole number on one side and a fraction on the other side, so a shortcut way to go about this is to use the denominator here to multiply the whole number, which is 2 times minus 8. That's minus 16. So that's minus 16 minus 3. That will be minus 19 that we obtained here, divided by the same 2. So this is what we do whenever we have a fraction and a whole number adding each other. So a shortcut way to go about it is to use the denominator to multiply the whole number, then add this to the numerator of the fraction. Then we get our final answer divided by the denominator. So this gives us the final. So we can now convert. If it's an improper fraction, we take it towards to a mixed fraction. 2 divided by 19. When 2 times 9 will give us 18, right? And plus 1 is going to be 19. So that's how we obtain that.
Do we just do
division?
Do like the equal sign?
What did you see here?
This one.
This is what division sign, right?
Yeah.
So you go into division sign.
Okay.
Then what is this now going to give?
It's gonna be 3 all over 2.
Okay. Now this is time. Now what is the 3?
3.
Sure. Put the 3 there.
Yeah.
So what do you do to this? Leave it down here because you have not started. So this one is what times. What is the next thing you want to do?
The next thing that we want to do is to find them.
But before we do that, we have division here. We have division here. What do we do?
Oh, we use it to cut the number.
Change the division to multiplication.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Alright, let's see. Times.
I am going now.
over
I am
3.
going now.
So this is times 3 times 2 all over 3 minus 1. So at this point, we will now see what can cut. 3 will cut 3 here. 3 will cut 3 here. So what are we left with? Minus 2 times 2. So that's going to be minus 4. Then minus 1. So minus 4 minus 1. That will be minus 5. So that is the final answer. So given this expression, so the first thing we want to look at here is that how many terms do we have in this expression? As we traverse this expression, the first sign here we see, of course, this one is minus 1 over 1 over 3. Now we are come across division. So this division shows that the term still continues. This is 1 over 1 over 6. Now we come across plus sign here. So the fact that this is a plus sign shows that this term has ended here. So this is a single term. Now this is another term. Another term begins here. We now traverse this until we come across another sign, which is minus. This is division here. So we come across a minus sign here. That shows that it's another term. So here also we have this one also goes continue until we have until the end. So at this point we see that this is division. So from here we can see that we have just 3 terms here. So there are 3 terms in this expression. So the first thing we want to do is change all the mixed fraction to improper fraction. So what do we do here? Change all the mixed fraction to improper fraction. 3 times 1, 3 plus 1, that's gonna be 4. So that will be 4 all over 3 divided by, now times 1, 6 plus 1, 7 all over 6. Now plus, this is going to be 3 times 1, 3 plus 2. That's going to be 5 all over 3 divided by, this is going to be 3 times 2, 6 plus 2. That's 8 all over 3 minus, this is 4 times 1, 4 plus 1, 5 all over 4 divided by 2 times 1, 2 plus 1, 3 all over 2. Right? So at this point, after converting everything from mixed fraction to improper fraction, these divisions will now be converted to multiplication. So this is going to be minus 4 all over 3 times 6 all over over 7 plus 5 all over 3 times 3 all over 8 minus 5 all over 4 times 2 all over 3. So at this point now, we will now cut what can cut within the term, within this term, within this term, and within this term. So if anything can cut them. So we say 3 here 1, 3 here 2. So 3 here 1, 3 here 1. Yeah, 2 here 1, 2 here 2. So we'll now multiply out within the term. So this is going to be minus 4 times 2. That will be minus 8 all over 1 times 7, 7. Right? So this is gonna be minus 8 all over 7. Now plus, so this is gonna be 5 times 1 all over 8. So that will be 5 all over 8. And this is gonna be 5 times 1, 5 over 6. So that will be 5 all over 6. So when we have this expression now, what we now need to do is find the LCM of these three numbers, 7, 8, and 6. So what's going to be the LCM of these three numbers, 7, 8, and 6? So the first number, since there is an even number in that set, so we use 2 to cut everything. So 2 in 7 will be 7, 2 in 8 will be 4, 2 in 6 is going to be 3. So 2 can still go, 2 in 7, 7, 2 in 4, 2, 2 in 3, 3. Now 2 in 7, 7, 2 in 2, 1, 2 in 3, 3. Now 3, we now use 3 since we are done with 2. So we say 3 in 7, 7, 3 in 3 is going to be 1. So the next one is 7, we use 7, but 7 is 7, 1. So we now multiply these numbers together. So 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 2, 8, 8 times 3, 4, and 24 times 7. So 24 times 7 is going to be 24 times 7. That's going to be 7 times 4, 28, and 7 times 2, that's 14 plus 2, that's 16. That will be 168. So 168 is going to be the LCM. Going to be the LCM. So how do we now get our answer? We now say 168 divided by 7. 168 divided by 7 is going to be, since we know this, 7, if 7 goes out of this, so what's going to be the remaining? The remaining is going to be everything here, but that's 24, right? So that's 24 times 8. So we say 24 times 8. 24 times 8. 8 times 4, 32, right? And then 8 times 2, 16, right? Plus a 3, that's 19. So this is going to be minus 192. Right? Okay, so now 8 in 168, we know that from here to here is 8. So once that one is out of the picture, the remaining is going to be 3 times 7, that's 21, right? So 21 is going to be 168 divided by 8 is going to be 21. 21 times 5, so we say 21 times 5. So 5 times 1, 5, and 5 times 2, 10. It's going to be 105 minus, now 6 in 168, that is when you take these 2, you now multiply every other thing. 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 7, 28. Now that 28 now times 5. 28 times 5. So 28 times 5 is going to be 5 times 8. 8 times 5, 40. Then 2 times 5, 10 plus that 4. So that's going to be 14. So that's going to be 104. Right? So we'll now add this together. Minus 192 plus 105. So what are we going to be left with? So, or another way we can go about it, we can say, okay, minus 140 plus 105. That is easier to add. Minus 140 plus 105. That's what? Minus 35. So minus 35 plus minus 92 plus that's going to be minus 127, right? So minus 227 all over 168. So that's going to be the final answer.